So Miss Robbie wants to support Tim Norman, which is her son. We shouldn't be surprised, but we need to question it. And she really is on the wrong side. Her support should be with Andre Montgomery and his family. Let's get into it. I have a lot of things I'm going to say about this topic. Going back to August of 2020, I did at least 7 uploads regarding this topic before I did my recent one 2 weeks ago. And first I'm going to read the article, and then I'm going to give my commentary, my analysis of what I have to say. So according to BET.com, it reads, celebrity, welcome to Sweetie Pies, Miss Robbie continues to support son Emmett Hitman hire to his nephew. James Timothy Norman's trial date is scheduled for September 22nd. Welcome to Sweetie Pies star Miss Robbie is continuing to support her son James Timothy Norman, who was arrested and charged for the murder for hire killing of his nephew, Andre Montgomery, back in 2020. In a recent interview with KTVI, Ms. Robbie took a moment to speak on Norman's ongoing case and doubled down on her words following the arrest of the 43-year-old. I've had tough times. I'm still having them, but God is good. She said, my son is in trouble right now, but I'm his mother, and I don't know no more about it than you, because I hear it when you do. But I'm there for him to support. That's my son, and I can't abandon him now. Montgomery, 21, was killed outside of a St. Louis apartment complex back in 2016. According to reports, Norman, his uncle, took out several life insurance policies on the victim, totaling over $400,000, and attempted to cash in the policies just days after his nephew's passing or death. A burner phone and cell phone data were used to tie Norman to the horrific crime, WLBT reports. The suspected shooter in the incident was later named as Travell Anthony Hill, 30, who pleaded guilty. He named Norman as his employer and 2 others in connection to the crime. James Timothy Norman's trial is scheduled for September 22. I had to pause because Miss Robbie, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be real careful with my words. You are his mother. And yes, a mother's love is strong. However, that doesn't mean you have to support him. What he did was evil. Okay? First of all, your son did 10 years for robbery. Okay? Your son was given a second chance, and he chose to blow it. He didn't just kill Andre Montgomery. He had him murdered. He set up a murder for hire plot. And first, he took out life insurance going back to October of 2014. So he had this planned pretty much almost a year and a half before the hit was activated. Okay? You're supposed to be there to support Andre Montgomery's mother. And more so, if anyone you should be supporting, you should be supporting the spirit of Andre Montgomery's father, because his father was also murdered. And that was the only child he left behind. And his only child was murdered by your son, his younger brother. You should be sitting with them. You should be supporting them because you know he had it done. It's not like there's a doubt, because you're even acknowledging that he's in trouble. Meaning, like, I know he's in it. Okay? But this is what I'm going to say. And a lot of people's not going to like this. The reason why Tim Norman could feel confident in doing this and almost getting away with it is because he knows that you will still support him. Let me say that again. He knows that you will still support him regardless. That's why he got that smirk on his face, which is like, my mother got me. And it could be, well, she going to support me maybe financially while I'm in prison. Because in federal prisons, certain ones, if you have money, access to wealth, they can't deny you to be living well. You can actually live pretty decent behind bars in the feds. Not the state, but in the feds. You can. It's like almost like a country club, depending on where he's going to go. He's been spoiled. Now I see you never held him accountable for stuff. That's why he's able to do what he wants to do. That's why he did that robbery and set it up in your house. And that stuff, that robbery thing, they still do an investigation about it, Ms. Robbie. They still do an investigation about it. Okay? See, there have been people talking about Tim Norman going back to the insurance story that All About the Tea reported. A couple other people reported that even I reported. And shout out to all those that listen to that. That is my top rated upload. And I will always thank every single one of y'all for listening to that. I and many others believe that story where he took out that life insurance policy to basically try to get you, just in case he probably wouldn't have been able to get Andre. The man had a thirst for money. Look at how he opened up all those restaurants. One in one in Mississippi, one in Texas, 2 of them in California, or 3 in California. He was trying to open one up in the Northeast. I believe it was Maryland. Yeah, he was just opening them because he needed money. And you know why he probably was opening them too? Because he was probably trying to cover the tracks with what happened with Andre. So like, just in case he needed to escape, he could basically take the profits and hit Dodge. Now I see why he felt confident in what he did, why he got that smirk on his face. All the other people who got arrested for that, they just looking at the camera like, yo, they got me. It's over. But but Tim Norman, not that sucker. That dude, basically, oh my God, was just like, he has no care in the world. He was just confident and smirking. Now I see why. Miss Robbie, you wrong. You are wrong for this. You supposed to be there for your son's son. You supposed to give all your support for Andre Montgomery. Why aren't you saying that? You're talking about Tim Norman. Nobody cares about Tim Norman. And see, here's the problem with this. You got businesses to uphold. This can cost you your livelihood, and you live well. People will probably be turned off because we know Tim Norman's going to prison. We know he's going to prison for life. Because if the murder for hire person who took out the hit, if the person that shot Andre is going to go to jail for life without parole, and he pled guilty, the mastermind is going down. That could put a stain on your legacy to where it's like people, you supporting him, and you're not really there riding for Andre Montgomery's family, they need your support more than anything because they're the true victims. Tim Norman isn't. They may not, as far as the public, they may say, well, to whatever, to hell with Sweetie Pies. We can't go there. Like the thought of eating from that place, knowing that she's supporting her son that did this, I can't spend my money here. I can't even eat the food. That's why I created a poll 2 years ago that said, do you think the Sweetie Pie image is tarnished? Most people said yes. A lot of people said no. Some people was like, listen, I ain't never ate there to begin with. But for me, if I was an avid person who ate, if I was an avid patron of that restaurant, I couldn't do it. Because I know that my stomach would basically close up, knowing from the reaction of her supporting him. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And with that being said, I'm signing off. I just want to say that YouTube might not monetize this video because it involves criminal acts. So I have a Cash App if you would like to donate. It's $ Bella Champagne 15. Bella is capital B, Champagne capital C, the number 15, all typed together. That's my Cash App. Also, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell to receive notices of future uploads for my channel. Also, comment, like, and share. And if you agree with me or disagree with me, I would love to hear what you got to say. I would love to read it because I think this case is very important. And for the memory of Andre, his legacy needs to live on because he did things that were more positive, believe it or not, than Tim. I mean, he graduated from high school. He was trying to do his music, even though he too was trying to find himself. But he really loved his grandmother. And I believe that he was murdered because he was telling the authorities about the robbery that happened at her home and telling them that Tim Norman had something to do with it. Okay? So I'm signing off. I'll be back shortly to do another comment upload. And then I'm going to do about 2 or 3 lives later on today after I come back home from handling my business. Talk to y'all later.